Welcome to Friday Night Barbecue Party. I need your help to lift that camera up.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be great, because it's a little bit low.
Oh. Gotcha.
That's why I'm crouched down like this. Not that one, that camera that's up front there, dear.
Oh, dear. All right.
Yes.
Let's go this way.
Welcome to Friday Night Barbecue Party. I'm Montana Max as always, and we're getting a few minute late start because I had to clear up some technical difficulties, but I think everything's going well now. If it's not, you just let me know. I'm going to stand up. You got to tilt and you got to unscrew a little bit there, dear. There you go. Up, up, up. Just with the handle, not there. There you go. Let me show you. Let me show you. Don't screw that. Just like that. And now down a little bit. Should be able to pull it down. Unscrew it. Just there you go. And up a little bit. And that'll work. That'll work fine. All right. So it's Friday night. It's time for a barbecue party. Thank you for joining us. I'm just getting aproned up here because I'm going to be classy for this affair on this party. So let's rock and roll. Tonight we are taking the Takis challenge. Yes, Takis, the favorite snack of many. Last week we were challenged during our Friday night barbecue party if we can make a dish that has Takis. And so I accepted the challenge, graciously of course. So cheers, let's have a good one. We're gonna do Takis in two different ways. And I'm gonna need you to go back upstairs too, because I'm also gonna need out of the fridge the secret ingredient. You remember the secret ingredient?
Yes.
Yes, well we're gonna need that. All right. Like I said, we're just getting some things going here. Thank you once again for joining us. I'm going to need a few beverages to get through Takis night. So first things first, we got our Traeger rocking over here. Got her all fired up. Going to get my skillet fired up. And I'm going to pour a bunch of high heat oil in here because if we're going to do some Takis, we're going to fry some stuff. If you're familiar with Takis, they're a little spicy for most, not for all. I enjoy the spice. Here's our bag. In fact, they're so nice, I got them twice. So the first things first is we need to open up and enjoy a Taki. Really get into the essence of what a Taki is. If you are not familiar, they are a beautiful little spicy chili lime chip that hails from the land of Mexico. So there he is. There's the challenge, man. Captain Noxious, thank you for joining us. I'm just getting a few Takis in the system here, you see, so I am able to fully immerse myself into our Taki madness. There we go. Fired up, ready to rock. Heating up some oil. Traeger's going here about 225. I'm gonna go ahead and kick on the super smoke. And you're in for a treat, Noxious, because I'm not just doing one Taki recipe. Oh, no, no, no. That's not how we do things here in Montana Maxland. I'm giving you two. I'm giving you dos Takis. Today is actually National Quesadilla Day. If you saw us on Croy Valley Live, I co-host on that show at noon on Friday on the Croy Valley channel, and we did up quesadillas. But we're going to continue with the theme, not quesadillas that is, but with the Mexican heritage and the Takis. So first things first, we have to deconstruct some Takis. So I'm going to move some knives here, and I'm going to take out every chef's tool, a handy Ziploc bag. And we're going to dump a whole bag of Takis in here. Awesome. Then we're going to get all the air out of the bag so we don't pop the bag. Seal her up. There we go. Then we're going to take, you can do this by hand or use a big stick. And we're going to crush these bad boys down. Like I said, very important to get the air out of the bag, especially if you're inside perhaps cooking these. You pop the bag, they're gonna go everywhere. Then people named Jen are not happy with you. Jen's sitting out here as always. I actually got her mic working, so we'll have Jen join us in a little bit here. Awesome, thanks for joining us. It's Friday night barbecue party, having some drinks, kicking off the weekend, and we're cooking with Takis on a Traeger. So, what are we gonna do tonight? Well, like I said, we're gonna do 2 different Takis recipes. We're going to do, Noxious says he was here 20 minutes before the stream started. He was that excited about the Taki challenge. He was waiting. Probably with a bag of Takis. So, what we're going to do tonight is 2 different recipes with these Takis, okay? And I got to be real careful here on this table so I don't spill my hot oil. We are going to do a Taki encrusted stuffed chicken breast that works absolutely wonderful.
Howdy, partner.
Hey, Dubs22. Howdy, partner, and thank you for following us here on Twitch. We appreciate that. We're going to do a Taki encrusted chicken sandwich that's stuffed. We're going to stuff it with cheese and all sorts of goodies and turn that into an awesome Taki sandwich, or you could just eat it without a bun if you want to. We'll do it both ways. And then we're also going to do Taki encrusted mac and cheese bites. What? Yes. Oh, yes, we are. They're like, oh, no, we didn't. Oh, yes, I did. And the first thing we're doing is we're just crushing up some Takis, man. The cool thing about this, too, with these Takis is they're beautiful red. Hey, no, the honor is mine, brother. Thanks for having me as part of your Friday night. The cool thing, these Takis are super deep red color, and so they're going to look really pretty when we cook these dishes, and they're going to be really unique and super easy to create at home. These aren't overly complicated recipes, I wouldn't say, but when you break it out, all you have to say is it's Takis, and people are going to be like, oh my god, you cooked with Takis, you are so cool. We're like, I know, as you burp and drink your beer. It's Friday night, it's not a big deal. These are working together real nicely. So the first one we're going to do is the stuffed chicken breast. As you can see, we got beautiful Takis here that are all crushed up. We're going to make sure to get them real nice and even because we want them to coat that chicken real nicely. And I'm going to show you how to do it all the way through. It's super easy. It's super easy. The key is getting them to stick. I'm going to show you how to make them stick. Because if you just try to throw them on chicken, you're going to have a bad time. I don't want you to have a bad time. I want you to have a delicious time. Oh, yeah, I remember you guys. Awesome. So Dubs here, you may remember him, and I believe, if I remember correctly, you guys won it. His daughter and him cooked next to us in the backyard division at Smokin' and Steel. I'm pretty sure they won, they took the GC too. Cool. Congratulations again 2 years later. That's awesome that you're joining us here. I still got the Weber Smoky Mountains from the crew right over to the side there. They haven't been getting as much love lately because we've been barrel smoking. But that's so awesome you're here. Cool. Small world. Thank you for joining us. I'm wondering, do you have, I mean, probably not this year because they've been few and far between, but I hope you guys are still getting out there as a team and cooking together. That's really awesome. All right. Huh? They do look perfect. There we go. You see that beautiful red color. Oh, they got reserved. Well, you're grand champion in my mind. That's all that counts. And you guys are awesome. All right, oil's going along here. That's awesome too. There's our bag of Takis. So let's get started on some chicken here. first things first, right? Let me use some gloves. Yes, sir. Noxious is excited. Chicken's going to take a little bit longer, so we're going to get that going first. Yeah, and that's part of the deal. Remember the bet, Noxious? Do you remember what happened last week? You don't have to make both of them. I'll let you even choose. So we're just using good old-fashioned chicken breasts here. And I'm going to just give them a little flatten with my fist, try to even them out. If you've seen me cook chicken before, it's all about keeping them even. That way they cook even. You could use the rolling pin if you wanted to, you know, but we are going to fillet these open, so you don't need them to be like super paper thin, like if you're doing like a chicken fried steak or something like that. But we do want them nice and even. There we go. And then what we're going to do here is take my chef's knife, and on the fattest edge, we are going to just slice right into it. That's perfect. That's perfect. I love that. And we're going to butterfly it open. Hold it up there. See? Bam. Super easy, right? Not all the way through. Stick your hand in there, work it. And then we're going to leave that open. Let's get the other guys going real quick here. Nice. Nice. Little piece of chicken nasty. That'll be for the dogs later. It's super crazy after the shows when we're getting ready. The dog, both my dogs always are sitting right at the door. Doctor says, yes, sir, I'm camping, so I can't. That's all right. I don't expect you to do it tonight, but I do expect you down the road here. Check it out. I'm going to be looking for it. Yeah, make sure you post it. Tag us. I want to see it. But my dogs sit here, and they just wait until the show's over, and then they are just in super scavenger mode, and they come out and just are like cleanup crew. They were super happy with the sweet potatoes. They like those. But then again, they like most anything I drop. And don't worry, I worked in the pet food industry for quite some time. I never drop anything that would be harmful for the dogs. And if I do, I pick it up. Because I love my babies. I love my fur babies. That one got away from me a little bit. That's all right. Second time's a charm on that guy. There we go. That'll work. All right. So we got all of our chicken breasts filleted open here. Pop one glove off. Let's see here. I got a couple different types of smoked cheeses. I smoke cheese in the winter, and we'll talk about that when we get into the colder season. Up here in the Minnesota area, yeah. It's about 85 degrees today, so it's feeling like extended summer. But I smoke cheese in the winter, and that's what we're using. I'm using a smoked Gouda, and then I'm also going to use a smoked Munster here as well. Since I'm going to use all this cheese, we're going to just take the cheese, relatively thin little blocks here, and put them right down the middle of your chicken. Right down the middle. Super easy. So smoking cheese is a really easy thing to do. Give your dog a Taki and see if they spit them out. No Takis for the puppies.
Yeah.
Maybe if I had a Chihuahua. That would be culturally appropriate, as they say. I know one dog would probably eat it, without blinking an eye because she's like 16. I don't think she even tastes anymore. She doesn't hear, and she doesn't see super well. But the other one definitely wouldn't even take it out of my hand because all she wants is, she's a meat girl. Takes after her dad. And cheese. She does like cheese. If I drop cheese, she'd be all over that. I'm going to be just shy here. I'm just going to cut. I got a little extra package here. And that's the great thing. If you Ziploc, or not Ziploc, but seal them, yeah, with, what's the word? Yeah, like a food saver or whatever. Vacuum seal. They'll keep practically forever in your fridge. You remove all that oxygen. So I got a little pack of Munster here, so we'll do Munster in one as well. Awesome. And I'm going to put some gloves back on. Yeah, you can taste the Munster. Take the knife there with you. Don't drop it on the ground. Wave to the camera, Jen. Wave. You're famous. Say hi.
Hi.
She says hi. She doesn't have her mic on yet. I'll translate. She said, "You're the cutest." Oh, thank you. Thank you. They'll just have to take your word for it, as that's what you say. All right. Did a good job filleting the chicken. Did a good job laying the cheese. Always reward yourself when you cook. That's what makes it fun. All right. Now, we're going to put some fresh spinach here. That's all this is. A little fresh spinach in the middle of these guys. Don't need a ton. We're not making a salad. We're just adding some greenery on the inside here. There we go. Super easy. And then also what we're going to add inside is a little pico de gallo. Just a spoonful, not a heavy amount. We got to close these guys back up. All right, awesome. Oh, I forgot one. That's for the top. All right. Then we're just going to close these guys. You can put string around them to wrap them shut. Not super necessary. But if you feel so inclined, make sure you soak your string rather. I'm thinking smoking at the same time I'm doing a soaking. Noxious shout out to Jen. Hi, Jen.
Oh, hi.
She also loves it when you're like, "Hey, girl." She doesn't like that. All right, so we are going to add a little bit of seasoning here. Takis are going to be spicy and have chili lime and have a lot of seasoning, but we're going to actually do that. Let's not do it that way. That would be a waste of it. Let's do it this way. So in order to get our Takis to stick, we're going to make a basic egg wash. Super easy to do. Where are my eggs? Where? Huh?
Eggs in the box.
Oh, in the big thing that says eggs?
Yes.
That is such a weird place to have eggs. In a carton that's labeled. Let's get this guy out of here for now. Take an egg. Super easy. And a fork. And whisk that guy around. And this is actually what we're going to season. Don't season it and then do egg wash and stuff. Season your egg wash, right? It's all going to the same place. So I'm going to use a little Memphis because it's got the paprika and it'll be a nice color. Along with all the other Croy Valley magical ingredients, of course. And we'll just put a little of that Memphis rub in there. Awesome. And I will save him right there for when I use my secondary egg wash. Reduce, reuse, recycle, right? All right, did a good job on the egg wash. Treat yourself. That's what I need, is a graphic that comes out right out of this side here. That's like, treat yourself. That's all Parks and Rec. I like that series. Oh, great. That has a magnet, so I can just, that is not going to be a strong enough magnet. Never mind. Don't worry about the magnet stuff. Now I'm going to need my brush. And this can go down here. All right. Time to Taki it up, everybody. So we're going to take a pan and all these Takis. Look at that beautiful red color. I love it. I love it. Dump them right into your pan. There we go. Super easy. Awesome. Thanks for joining us. We are taking the Taki challenge and making 2 Taki recipes this evening. We're making a stuffed Taki encrusted chicken breast and also Taki covered macaroni and cheese bites. It's a Friday night barbecue party, so you don't have to be healthy. You can, it's the weekend, you can let go a little bit. He says, you'll have to tell me if the Takis lose heat after you cook them. We will find out. We will find out live tonight. I don't anticipate that they will lose much of their bang here. All right, so we're going to take our egg wash and just brush it right on our chicken. When you see me put stuff down, if you don't notice, I am using disposable cutting boards in between. What we're doing here is to not cross-contaminate between dishes and different things we're doing. Always remember, keep your raw meat separate from your other stuff so you don't get the sicks. You don't want the poopies or the pukies or the worst, food poisoning, a combination of both. That's bad. That's a bad time. All right. Super easy. Egg wash, egg wash, egg wash. We're just going to brush it on. Awesome, awesome. Be pretty liberal with it. All right. We'll get rid of this because we'll do a fresh egg wash. This has been brushed with raw chicken and stuff, so we're going to do a fresh egg wash when we do our macaroni bites. Let's put our gloves on and let's get ready to smoke some chicken. Right? Not a big fan of your avocado oil here because it's smoking. All right, so chicken breast into the Takis. And then after we get it in the Takis, encrust it all over, have it looking all nice and pretty. We're going to go right onto the Traeger with them. Going through gloves like they're going out of style today. We don't want them to stick, so we're just going to give the grates a quick spray down with our olive oil. Nothing worse than trying to pull off some meat or things like that you're cooking, and then half of it gets stuck to your grates. It's not going to look pretty. Still tastes probably okay, but you don't want your food sticking to your grates. Look at that chicken breast. You can see it. I don't even have to hold it up. See on camera from here? Just red, just beautiful, just awesome. All right, and then onto the grate. We'll get them all going here. Any of your bigger pieces, like I said, these crunch up pretty easily, especially after you break them down the first time. Just crush them up with your hands to fill in all those areas because we want that beautiful color all the way around our piece of meat. And on she goes. Taki, 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 taki. And when you watch my streams, that's exactly what I do for like an hour and a half. Is taki, taki, taki. Hey-ho! Noxious says he's on his way over. Camping's over. It's Taki time. All right. These are just really pretty. And it's going to have a beautiful texture on the outside as these smoke down in our Traeger. They are going to have a crunch on the outside. Takis pair awesome with cheese. That's why we're doing the mac and cheese balls too. Because you get that creamy with the crunch and the spice, and then a little bit of sweet with the chili and the lime. I mean, it's going to hit all those flavor senses at the same time and get you working. Working. All right. There we go. Last one. Oh, I got a little piece of spinach there that wants to escape. Back in you go. With that egg wash, they will stick right to it. As you can see, try to get a shot. Here, I'll just step back. No, you're good. You're good. This is actually perfect because this is not a zoomed in camera. And they can actually see right there, and you can see it on the monitor there. You see that that beautiful red color from that far away, they're standing out. Really pretty, really gorgeous. If they're too spicy, which Jen hasn't even tried one, and I'm confident you're going to be fine, but you can cut them, right? And you can cut it by adding breadcrumbs to it to take that spice level down, because all you're doing is reducing the amount of Takis that you have on there. All right, Taki chicken, we're off and running. I'm feeling good. I'm really feeling good now. A little bit earlier, I was a little bit scared. And let's get this cutting board. Now we have a whole fresh surface that's not been contaminated. That's right, kids. Contamination is real. And we're also going to get rid of this pan. And actually, one of the most fun parts, crush some more Takis. Because that had raw chicken in it. And we're going to be doing our macaroni dish next. And we're not going to use those same deals because, I mean, they're going to be fried and stuff, but why risk it? Take the safe route. Don't get yourself sick. You're going to have a bad time. I'm really happy with myself. Reward yourself. If you're not 21 years of age or older, that's totally cool. Reward yourself with a nice Capri Sun, perhaps. Right? Those are always awesome. Or a bang. Yeah, that's what's up. Bang. Yeah, bangs, Takis. That's like the Mountain Dew of Doritos of this generation, right? All right, that's smoking less. I'm going to have to get that back up to heat. There we go. All right. All right. Life is good. That's on super smoke. We want those chicken breasts to take on that smoke flavor. I'm using pecan pellets in there. Use whatever you like. If you like a different type of cheese, use a different type of cheese. Reward yourself. Thank you, Noxious. I think I will right now. I'm a little bit angry with Jen. It's Friday night barbecue party, and she only brought me down 3 beers. I guess it's a beginning of a party. We'll see what happens. You're going to go put the cheese away and give me another beer and said that I'm the best guy ever? Oh, you're so sweet. All right. It is time to get working on some mac and cheese. So we're going to make our egg wash real quick here. And it's nice. We can review, right? I got quite a bit of mac and cheese, so I'm going to use 2 eggs here to make my egg wash. Uno. And dos. Grab my little forky fork. Give them a little stir. We're going to use a different seasoning in this egg wash because we smoked this mac and cheese on the Traeger, and we'll do a smoked mac and cheese from start to finish on one of our episodes. But since we're going to be frying, essentially deep fat frying but we're using avocado oil. But we're going to be deep frying these mac and cheese balls. We had to smoke it, cook it earlier in the day, and then put it in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 hours, because if it comes in hot, it's not going to stick together. It's going to fall apart when you do it. You need it cold, and that way it'll hold together. So very important that if you do these mac and cheese balls, remember this. You want to bake the mac and cheese ahead of time and then put it in your fridge so it holds together when you make the balls far ahead of time. All right, and for this, I'm going to add a little garlic booster. A little bit different flavor profile than what we did. So we'll add the garlic booster in. Give it a little stir. Easy peasy. Egg wash is done. Now let's break up some Takis. These I'm just going to do by hand in the Taki bag. That's authentic. And we got a fresh foil pan for these guys. Let's see what our oil's at here too real quick. Super hot, super good. You don't want a lukewarm oil. It'll just soak up. It'll be bad news. You want your oil nice and hot. And that is plenty hot. We're right about 400 plus degrees. 350 is fine. That's why this is a high heat oil, but we're probably actually a little bit higher than that. Thanks everyone that's joined us here tonight, spending a little time with us. Thanks, babe. There we go. These are going to need a little bit more breaking up. Deconstruct to reconstruct, as they say, right? I only grabbed one bag, so I couldn't use the rolling pin. It's all right, though. They break up easy by hand. Suppose that's true. Could use the end of the rolling pin. Mr. Max, I thought you said Jen only brought you one beer. I see two. Well, that was at the beginning of the show. We're talking total amount. She there we go. They can't see that. Oh. You can walk around. There she is. My beer goddess. Show him your shirt.
What? Minnesota?
No, Max Nelson.
Oh, well.
A lot of people get that confused. They are like, nice Minnesota shirt.
Oh.
Amen. And I'm like,
Yeah.
No, that's a Max Nelson shirt. All right. Just breaking up Takis. Don't mind me. Only take a second. Probably have enough to get started here. I guess if anything, this shows you the efficiency of having a bag and doing it with a rolling pin versus doing it all with your hands. But not a big deal. Not a big deal. It's Friday night. It's a party. Right? Right. What are you drinking? Oh, look at Jen coming in with the pro tip. We're going to take this small bowl in the pan and crush them that way. That's why she's the best partner in food sport. If you don't know, Jen and I compete in all different varieties of food sport. It's a passion of mine, and she's kind enough to come along for the ride with me because she claims she loves me, so I drag her through it with me. But Jen is a super strong creative force on the team, and when we do recipes on the fly, she's really great at coming up with different stuff, so that's awesome. Noxious says your shirt doesn't mean Max Nelson.
Oh,
No, it means making nachos. I'm with you. I like that. I'm going to use that. But yeah, we got a second place out of a bunch of teams. There's like 30 or 40, 36 to 40 teams. And we got a burger call. It was a burger making contest as part of an SCA competition. And we took second place. And we did a pineapple burger, which was really cool. A Hawaiian burger with a coconut slaw. But she was the brainchild that started that process. And then we sit and usually brainstorm. And I go, nope, 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 nope. Until she hits it, and I'm like, that's it, that's it. And she gets frustrated, but then we nail it. And that's what makes us a great team. All right, these are good. We need to get these mac and cheese balls rocking and rolling here. All right. Mac and cheese, that's been in the fridge. Remember what I said earlier. If you're going to make these, you need to have them cold. And hopefully they haven't been sitting out here too long by this point. Taki thumb. Taki thumb. It's the dangers of working with Takis. You see that? That is not blood. No, no. That is just Takis. All right. Use a glove here. And we're going to use a spoon to make these balls. Yep, and I got the egg wash right here. I already made it, babe. While you were gone, grabbing me that beautiful beer. I put that one down there. I did a whole fresh egg wash while you were gone. That quick. And that's that easy, folks. It's that easy. It takes you no time at all. Awesome. All right. Don't touch your eyes now, or anywhere else that you don't want to burn for that matter. We're going to use a nice spoon here. These are still cold. We're good here. And then I'm actually going to use 2 gloves here so I can kind of roll it like a meatball. If you have an ice cream scooper, that works really well too. You can just drop an ice cream scooper in there. And then we'll drop it in the egg wash. And that is already falling apart. They may already be too warm. We're going to see if we can get them to hold together here. We are going to see. That's going to be dicey. Let's see if we can get some stuff that's a little bit colder. There we go. I'm just going to set this right that in there. All right. Taki ball. Here we go. I'm going to need this. This oil is extremely hot, so you need to be extremely careful. And it's not going to take very long to cook these either. You got me one of those small plates. Nope, you don't want that.
Okay.
You do not want that. That is way too hot.
Okay.
We're going to turn that down. Oil's way too hot. Way too hot. So we're going to try to get that temperature down a little bit. Let's crank that up. And admittedly, this is our first time trying this. So you're going to see what works and what doesn't right along with us here. Because it's a Taki challenge. It's the first time we made it. How could someone like me get into food sport? There is lots of ways to get into food sport. How old are you, Noxious? Because there's actually divisions for different ages too that are a great way to break into the sport. Our friend that joined us here, Dubs, he actually competes with his daughter, so it's something you can do together as well. with your family. That is hot. Super hot. But it's super easy to get into. And I can talk to you. You're 18. Well, yeah, you're perfect. You can get in the adult competitions, no problem. I'd also suggest send me. I got your DM. I can send you a couple links to different websites as well. And there's tons of online competitions that you can get into to start there, especially now in the COVID world. Not everything has to be an in-person competition, but yeah, I'll get you some resources on that. There's lots of ways to get into it locally and online as well. Having a little issue with my balls because the oil is extremely, extremely hot. It is too hot. Yep. So I'm going to work on making these so they're all ready to go. And then when that oil cools down just a touch, we'll get them back on there. Like I said, first time making these. This is my idea. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a go. So that's what happens sometimes when you try new things. It's a Taki challenge. It's not a Taki, I've made this 100 million times before. And I almost feel like we should have froze the macaroni and cheese. If I was to do this again, I would have froze it. Because just with the temperature that it is outside today, being 84 degrees, these guys are getting hot real quick and starting to fall apart. All right, let's see what temperature our oil's at here. $460. That's what's happening. Way too hot. Way too hot. Almost insta-burning. Let it cool. Keep making the balls. That's what we're going to do. Whose show is this? She's like, do this, do that. Yeah, well, you're going to have to wait until stuff is done. You're always hungry. These, on the other hand, are looking magnificent. We don't even need to check those yet. They got some work to do. They've probably taken on enough smoke, so I'm going to kick those up to about 375 and let those start cooking through. See if I can get some nice together pieces of macaroni here. Probably on the bottom. I gotta work. So these, we'll get them all prepped up. They're only going to take a minute or two to cook through when we get the oil at a temperature that's not just going to absolutely scald the living hell out of them. Yep, we're getting there. We're getting there. There we go. This will be a good couple pieces. And then this macaroni that I've had my hand in with raw eggs, that we can't just eat that because I've had raw eggs in it, we will serve it to Olivia. Because she will never know. Yeah, she does. is sport expensive to get into? Yes and no. It depends on what you want to do, right? So the barbecue competitions that we do in the KCBS, those can be a little bit pricey. Those can run you, well, really as much as you want to spend with meat costs and things like that. But is affordable food sport options as well. Well, yeah, there is a backyard division in the barbecue division that has lower entry fees. You're only required to cook 2 meats, not 4. And those are typically not as expensive to get into. And then we do a thing called Culinary Fight Club. And that's kind of like Chopped in front of a live audience. And that is not expensive to do. That's like $100 to enter that, and they have all the ingredients. Scott Nardi is here on YouTube. Why is your name not Scooter Trash on YouTube? I feel betrayed, Scott. See, now, maybe that's his formal. That's when he's on YouTube, he's not Scooter Trash. He classes it up here. He's like, here I'm not Scooter Trash. Here I'm Scott. Anyways, thanks for joining us. Yeah, and our good friend Scooter Trash, I just can't do it any other way. That's how I know you. Very active member in SCA, and super great way to get into the world of food sport, because it's like $100 to $150. They supply you with the meat, and you cook steaks. If you can cook a steak, you can cook in the SCA. They also have ancillary events, like Jen and I, when we were telling you about our burger that we used to do. Scooter Trash says, I have to fix that. I'm not a classy guy. And that's why I love you, because neither is Montana Max. We like brothers from another mother. But yeah, and then they'll have ancillaries, like the burger one we did. That was a $25 entry fee. You had to provide your own ingredients, but I mean, that's up to you what you want to do. But our burger didn't cost that much to make. It's not like we flew in pineapples from Hawaii. We did. No, we didn't. But there's tons of SCA events all around. Noxious says, I took a chef class at DCTC. Would you let me join your food sport team? You know what? Joining the team's one thing, and I wouldn't say no outright, but you know what? When we get to a place where we're not in such a weird world and all that kind of stuff, I wouldn't have a problem if you tagged along sometime and shadowed and came out to a competition and see what we do before you jump in with both feet. So, you know, that might be a way to get us started, is just come out and check out what we do. And then you can kind of see what you're going to see, if it's for you or not. And then, of course, there's tons of free online competitions that you can get involved in as well. So, and I'll send you links to that stuff also. Our oil is finally down to a temperature that's low enough. I'm going to hopefully my balls will hold together. Hello. Oh, there's a big ball. I'm going to try to get these done before they fall apart. Normally I wouldn't see, I'm already losing them in the pan there. We'll try to get those going here. Move this out of the way. A little mac and cheese down the hill there. All right. Hopefully we'll luck out and this will come together here. The temperature is at a much better place now. Taki hands. I'm just going to try to flip these over because I lost a little of the volume of my oil, which isn't a big deal. There we go. It's actually going to work. They're holding together. Give them just a second. So, here's your tips. Thanks, Parkman. Yeah, we got her rocking and rolling. So here's your tips for these macaroni and cheese Taki encrusted balls. Freeze them. Freeze the macaroni as cold as possible, especially if your oil's hot. You can refrigerate them, but take your temperature. We had our oil we have a high heat oil that we're using here, avocado oil, because that's Jen's preference, because it's like she's from California and she's fancy. It's healthier for you. We're dumping mac and cheese with Takis in oil, and she's worried about how healthy it is. Anyways, make sure your oil is going to be about 350 degrees. We were well over 500. That's the smoking point of avocado oil, which is a high heat oil, and we were burning the living shit out of that. If you rewind in the stream, you will see avocado oil is a burning thing above 500 degrees. It'll burn your balls in, start them on fire with your avocado oil desire. So anyways, make sure your temperature's lower. Use the thermopan, good enough to do candy. This is much better. This is much better. So it does work. So you refrigerate them if your temperature's down. If your temperature's like 600, 700 fucking degrees, you're screwed. That's what we learned today. We learn together sometimes. And that's what makes cooking fun. Either way, I'm still going to treat myself with a little beer ski there. All right. And then disposable cutting board, we're going to get rid of you because even though those didn't go exactly as planned, it's a barbecue party. No one's really going to bitch that much. Grab my knife. I got a little green onion here. Awesome. Thanks for joining us on Twitch or YouTube or wherever you are tonight. I haven't been playing around much with my screens here. I got to do that a little bit. If you're joining us, make sure you follow us on all of our social media channels. We do a bunch of different cool stuff on all of them, like Instagram over here, for example. But we do appreciate you being here. If you're on Twitch, hit that follow button. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. We're going to be doing lots of cool stuff. Today is our Friday night barbecue party, where we're doing the Taki Challenge, and we do something different every week. Wednesday nights are Wild Game Wednesdays, where we cook up wild game of different sorts. It doesn't always have to be meat either. We also do wild foraged items, berries, mushrooms, all kinds of cool stuff like that. There we go. That poor oil pan has seen enough for today. All right, and I've got a little green onion here just to add a pop of color. These actually aren't going to be that bad. They aren't the prettiest thing that I've ever done, but they're looking like they're going to have a whole bunch of flavor. So Gouda cheese, mac and cheese balls that are encrusted. Scott already says burn some balls myself a few times. I have a feeling that a conversation into beer is in order for that one. Noxious says Instagram. I always do that. Oh, this time, the one time. Now I've had enough beers, I can point the right direction. Al's here. Thank you for joining us. Al from Pig's Eye Barbecue, based out of Lakeville. Don't forget about your killer meatball sandwich. Thank you, Al. Al is referring to the massive meatball sub that we made on our last Sunday game day smoke down. That bugger was about 1.5 feet long, and it was good enough to win one of the spots in the Traeger Game Day Smokedown competition. So I'm going to get a sweet Traeger flag that I'm going to fly behind me during our Game Day Smokedown episodes. Over 1,000 entries, and we got picked. So it was kind of cool. And the Minnesota tossback on that is my name got announced on the same episode as Adrian Peterson. Yes, I'm name dropping Adrian Peterson from Instagram. But anyways, that was cool. That was really cool. I was really excited. Thank you, Al. But yeah, that bugger, 1.5 feet long. Jen ate the whole thing. I didn't even get to taste it. She's small, but she's ferocious. If you've watched any of our previous episodes, what do we hear from Jen all the time? I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Girl, hungry. And I'm now in the Hall of Flame. Living in the Hall of Flame. I don't know if that's an actual thing, but I like it. The Hall of Flame. I don't know. Al probably does know. He'll probably tell us here in a second after the 35-second delay or whatever it is. Yeah, I am going to try those. All right. So, speaking of burnt balls. Is this clean? Yeah. That's just the Takis on the bottom. All right. So, I did think this through further than just burning my balls. And because they're spicy, and I don't take time to make... Oh, there is a Traeger Hall of Flame. So I actually get into this thing? That's rad. That's super rad. All right. So I'm just using some store-bought stuff because when you're partying, you can't make every single dip and everything from scratch. You got company and guests like you guys that I'm not going to be like, and here's how you make an avocado ranch dip. Just buy it. You can make it. You can make it. Huh?
But not on this episode.
Not on this episode. We're just going to buy it. So we got an avocado ranch. You want to try this? All right, come on over.
I think I do. I've actually never even had
You've never had a Taki. We're doing a whole episode. There's Jen. Say hi to everybody. You didn't put your mic on. That's okay.
You want me to go get it?
You can talk into mine and probably just, there you go. Now you're at perfect mic level.
Okay.
This is how I'll interview people on the show. No one will get a secondary mic. We'll just be like, hey, thanks for coming to the show. How's your time with us?
Awesome. I love it.
See? It works flawlessly.
Yes.
All right. Before you try though, I am going to show it on camera because there we go. They are in a form of a ball, as you can see, Taki encrusted. And when my temperature was not super butt high, they actually turned out really good. They kept their color. We just did a little green onion on top, and then we have an avocado ranch dip that we're going to put on the side there. And we are going to yeah, we're going to taste it. Awesome. Thank you, Noxious. Scott says hi. Olivia says hi from a room away.
Hi.
Go for it.
I've never even had a taco. So
They're
I
not
don't
too
know
hot to
how-
touch. You're good. I just tried it with my
You
own
gotta
fingers.
try
Okay, let's try it together.
Okay,
This one's cute like you. Here, let's hold this one up to the... Proof.
That looks good.
They're a ball. They're covered with Takis.
I
We
guess that one.
completed that Taki challenge, even though we had a couple hurdles to get there.
I
So
should
what does
probably-
that mean? Treat yourself.
And dip it.
Dip it. Because when you dip, I dip, we dip. What do you think? Still processing?
Way better than I thought.
Oh my God.
It's good.
It's really,
It was really good.
it's really freaking good.
This is
Yeah,
not-
I will
that's
shout
really
you out.
delicious.
Follow Noxious on YouTube. He's chatting right there. Go subscribe to his channel. I ain't chicken. I ain't chicken at all. He's a great dude.
Okay, we gotta make some more of these. They're actually really good.
Those
They're awesome.
are effing bomb.
Does that mean I like Takis?
Yeah, apparently. Okay, so
Oh, those are good.
check this out, Noxious. From what you asked earlier, do the Takis lose heat when we cooked them? When we fried them, yes, they did. They are not as potent. They are not as hot as they were when I ate them raw. So they did lose some heat when we fried
They're
them.
perfect for me.
They're perfect for Jen, who's, not a big spice eater. But holy hell, those are really good. You still get the chili and the lime. Like, really.
Oh my gosh, yum.
Oh, the chicken on the grill. He's like, I thought you were calling me out. Like, you're chicken, sir. Nobody calls me chicken. Chicken's good. We'll take a peek here. Sorry, we're just really enjoying the mac and cheese balls. Oh my God, those are beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt those in a second. They're doing good.
I have another
Yeah. Would you like another one? Would you like? Okay. I'm really happy with how those turned out. So we learned a lot about it together. Don't effing burn them. Don't have your oil at like 700 degrees. Refrigeration is key. If it's like 85 degrees outside, don't cook something first. Cook those first because you're going to start having your shit fall apart. But yeah, awesome. Super pleased with that.
Oh my God, they're good.
Egg wash seasoned with garlic booster. Gouda mac and cheese.
They're still a little spicy. That's good for the dip.
Yeah, well, they're not super spicy though. Not you should have had a chip at the beginning of the
Still
show.
spicy, but they're good.
All right. Here, take your mac and cheese balls. Get out of here. We'll make some more. Yeah, thank you. You are so welcome. I'll do that recipe again.
Yes.
I will do that recipe again. They taste good too, Olivia. And if you were part of the team, you could have been out here eating them with us because they are bad mama jammas. There you go.
Thank you.
She's walking around like crab people over here. My fingies, my fingies. They're dirty. All right. Clean up this beautiful beard of mine. Thank you again for everyone who spent a little Friday night with us. I'm behaving. I haven't cracked into the whiskey yet, but that'll probably be the post-show wrap party. Mm-hmm. A little bit. I've got a little bit left. Don't judge me. We're going to temp our chicken here. See where we're sitting? So when you're doing like a stuffed chicken breast, right? We got a little bit to go on those. We're cooking at a good temperature. We're sitting at about 360 or so. When you're temping stuffed meats, right? Especially with cheese and steaks and stuff too, you got to be careful. But with your temperature probe, if you stick that all the way through and stick it into that cheese that's melting, that's going to be way hotter than the actual meat is, right? So you're like, you stick it in there and you're like, oh my God, this chicken is, 175 degrees. It's totally done. It's not, it's just the cheese. So you want to make sure you're temping the right part of your meat there. Same thing can happen with steak and fat. You can stick it into a pocket of fat that's cooking over a hot part of the grill, and all of a sudden you're going to get a way higher reading. You're like, oh my God, my steak. And then you'll cut into it and it's like, oh, it's actually medium rare-ish or rare-ish because you hit this fat pocket. Be real careful when you're taking your temperatures. Make sure you're temping the meat, not what's inside of the meat. There's your little tip. Yeah, check multiple places. I do that all the time. All right. I'm going to get these guys out of here. Join your friends over there. We're cruising right along. You are housing some mac and cheese balls. That is awesome. We're just waiting for our chicken to finish up here. It's getting close. Where are we sitting? About 140. We need to hit 165. Scott agrees. He knows. He's been there. We've all been there. Scott's a seasoned SCA competitor. Great resource. Congratulations on your golden ticket, by the way. That's freaking awesome. I have decided with SCA, I think that I am only going to sign up for ancillaries. We're just going to spend the $25 because we suck at steak. Well, not we. I'm going to take responsibility for that. According to the judges, I do. Well, anyways, we love the ancillaries. My boss today was trying to talk me into. There's one coming up in next weekend that's actually in Lakeville. That's about as close as a competition has ever been to us. That's an SCA. He's like, you could just do one steak, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's close. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I suck at steak. If it had an ancillary, I'd be there. Are you going to the Cougar Cook? You are. I saw you got signed up. They did a big deal about Scott at the deal, and they're like, golden ticket winner. Might have to go down there. We'll see what happens. He says, thank you, and let me know when you're ready for a lesson. Man, I could take all the help I can get with steak. I've thrown so much stuff at the wall, but all it takes is one to light you up. I actually have an idea for steak. Now Al's pressuring me from Pig's Eye. He's like, just do it. It's in Lakeville. He's a Lakeville boy. All right. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe I'll get signed up. But so everyone uses grill grates on charcoal when they cook steak. I want to cook an SCA competition, and maybe I'll do it this next weekend since I'm getting peer pressured. But I want to do it on my Traeger Ranger, and I'm not going to use grill grates. I'm going to do it in a cast iron pan and sear it like the old-fashioned way. Because they're not supposed to score you on grill grate marks. That's not part of the deal. A lot of people abide by that. Yeah, but you can do a seared steak. Yep, absolutely. Noxious is talking about putting butter on your steak. Great tip. You want to keep it juicy, using that butter. We do that in SCA. We actually, when we cooked our last SCA, we injected our steak with butter as well. Butter makes everything better. If you've seen previous episodes, what do I always say? 2 things that make life better. Butter and bacon. And Jen, 3 things. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave you out of that. All right. Well, yeah, everyone's peer pressuring for the steak next weekend. And Scott goes, hell yeah, I want to see how the sear scores. He's like, do it. Be the guinea pig. All right. We're getting close here. We're going to show you these chicken breasts, right? Just if you served it on a plate, but we're also going to turn them into a sandwich. So I've got my brioche buns. I'm always be rocking the brioche thanks to Jen. It's a better bun. The 3 B's, butter, bacon, and beer. Man, the youth of the wisdom of youth. I love it. So we'll put a couple on a sandwich here. And we're going to toast up them buns because I have a sauce. Once again, store-bought on this one. Don't really care. Blue cheese Greek yogurt dressing. I thought that sounded delicious against a hot Takis. Because it's kind of got that buffalo vibe to it, right? Buffalo sandwich. Taste the heart of America. Yeah, you're going to like this. So it's a blue cheese with Greek yogurt. Super easy if you want to do it at home. Take some blue cheese and mix it with some yogurt. Awesome. Don't need a tutorial on that. Going to spend the $4.99 and just be done with it. We actually had our neighbors back here. They're like, what are you doing with all them lights up there? It's like, it's aliens. Close encounters of the third kind. Don't sweat it. Just stay in your home. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. These are really pretty. I'm going to step back here. You can actually see that. Here, I'll flip it over. We'll make it full screen. Bam! Look at that. Still holding that beautiful red color. That's going to impress your guests. I would do a Taki chicken breast again, just on the way that it works. If it's going to be an SCA ancillary, and I see one of you guys do it, Scott Nardi, I'm looking at you. I'm going to know and be extremely flattered that you took my idea. All right, close the lid on the Traeger. We're letting all the heat out. But I am going to toast these buns up because we are going to use a sauce. If you don't toast your buns, guess what? They soak up all your sauce. You don't taste the sauce. The bun becomes soggy. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't bring out any butter. And Jen hates when I do this because she's like, butter the buns. That's what normal people do. I just take a little bit of olive oil spray when I forget the butter. And I spray them bitches. That's what I do. Because it works. It works really well. And it's super easy. But you can butter them. That works even better. Yes. Yes. And that's like KCBS. A lot of people use the squeezable. What's the name? Parquet, right? Which is essentially like 75% the same components is like freaking plastic. It is. It is. Noxious is taking credit now. So Scott Nardi, if you cook with that, it's really Noxious's idea. So fair enough. We'll all take a share of the credit. He was the inspiration, yeah. I just created the recipe. You were the idea maker. I'm big enough to admit that. Cheers to you, because we've had a really fun Friday night so far doing it. But anyways, we use real butter when we do our ribs and stuff like that. Scott, I can't handle the ancillary. Throws my timeline way off. Now, see, my timeline for steak doesn't matter anyways because I know where I'm going to finish. So we focus on that ancillary. I'm like, I am going to take home that piece of hardware. That's my jam. And I was talking with Damon, and he actually said, I have to fact check this, but you can just sign up for ancillaries. I might go for ancillary point winner of the year one of these days. All right, buns on, brioche time. We'll do 2 of those as sandwiches, 2 on a plate. Toast those bad boys up. We're getting close to the end here. That's kind of sad. I'm having a lot of fun tonight. You know what? We might have to go down here. Our backyard's really crazy. We're up here on the top level of our backyard. We have 2 levels. Whole, another level. There, got it in for the episode. We actually have 3 levels. Bloody Mary next weekend in Lakeville. I know, but I don't know if it's not actually SCA. It's they're calling it amateur Bloody Mary, so I don't think it's actually for SCA points. But if it has trophy, I like trophies. Scott, you raise a good point. He says take any hardware you can get. I tried that at Ace Hardware down the street, and they were not happy with me. It took 10 seconds for that to sink into Jen. She's like, you're an asshole. Well, you know. All right. You're right. You're right. And you know what? Maybe I will make a great bloody. And maybe I'll make Jen drop me off so I can drink all day and then have her pick me up because it's so close. Right, babe? I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll have Scooter Trash pick me up on his way. She's not impressed. We'll get you more food and you'll be happier. Have some more seltzer. Baby loves the seltzer. Don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, she does. But you're right. Take any hardware you can get. Get into any competition. And Noxious, that's a great tip for you too, man. No matter what the competition is, there's lots of local chili cook-offs that you can get into. A lot of those are free. Get into anything you can find. And also, like I said earlier, I'll send you some resources that you can check some stuff out. Everyone finds their jam too. There's lots of there's hot dish ones. A lot of breweries hold competitions that you can cook at if you're 18. You just can't drink there, which is not a big deal if you're there to cook. Not a big deal. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff you can get into. Whatever you like to cook, you can find a thing for it. There's seafood competitions. There's state. Yeah, tons of virtual competitions. Tons of them out there. Scott says we'll make room for you. You know, I feel like, you know, Scott sent me an invite to the Facebook group, the Cheese Curd Cartel. That's the whole Wisconsin posse. So this Montana boy, I feel like I'm like kind of like a pseudo honorary member of the Wisconsin crew. I drink like a Wisconsin person, not like those wimpy Minnesota people. But anyways, I feel like an honorary member because I got to join the group. Noxious loves the seafood. Yeah, seafood is great. The hard thing is most of our seafood that we get here in the Midwest comes frozen. And the seafood cooks on the sides of the country, they freaking get the benefit of that because they're used to doing fresh. But the nice thing is with virtual competitions, it doesn't matter. They don't taste it. Usually you're required to take a picture and submit a recipe. So as well as it's like a thought out process, right? It doesn't matter if it's fresh or not. Buns are toasty. No time at all. Awesome. That even fogged up my glasses. I like that. We're about ready to go here. Just another minute. Let's get this guy open. That smells really good. I think you want to taste this? See if you want this on your little Sammy? Yeah, you say you're sure, and then you're not always so sure. Come on. Come here. Here comes the airplane. Yeah, I know. That's why I put it on a fork, just so you can try it.
I don't even like blue cheese, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's because it's got Greek yogurt. Because I was thinking of you.
Yeah.
It's like John Stamos in a bottle. He sells Greek yogurt.
Yeah.
He's the only Coast guy. That's why the joke's funny. Sometimes my sense of humor is lost on people. I don't know why, but treat yourself. I knew that was going to happen. That was the warmest one. All right, we're just getting ready to plate up here. Then we're going to get on. I think we'll have a bonfire tonight. Does that sound good to you? Celebrate our victory in the Taki challenge. Remember, Noxious, you are going to have to recreate one of these dishes. Just a moment. I don't want to pull them too soon. I don't want to pull them too late, but I don't want to pull them too soon. You're going to see, go over to the camera here. Drizzle spoon. One of my favorite tools in food sport and just cooking at home. You can get these for like nothing on Amazon. Very cheap, but when applying sauces and stuff to your plates, absolutely indispensable. Absolutely love it. Is Olivia still watching? She hasn't said anything in a while. I was going to see if she wanted one of these sandwiches.
Your dad just asked if we're doing the show tonight.
Yeah.
A little late.
Dad, you're a little late. Oh, we're going to need this too. So anyways, let's recap real quick what went into our chicken sandwiches. We have our chicken sandwiches seasoned with a Memphis rub egg wash. Inside we have smoked Gouda and smoked Munster in one. Spinach and pico de gallo. Those have all melded together, and then they were rolled in the Takis. When we pull these out, we are going to top them with our Greek yogurt blue cheese and then a lovely mango salsa. As well as probably a little bit more spinach because it's a sandwich. But anyways, that's going to pull everything together. We're going to get sweet. We're going to get salty. We're going to get spicy. We're going to get that citrus. We're going to have a complete flavor explosion here, which I'm really stoked about. Why are you looking at me like that? Freaking me out. She's excited. I need to take a picture of the sandwich. So I'm going to reach in my pocket here because I'm going to need this. All right, put that right there. Just waiting on that to done. Treating myself. Thank you everyone for joining us. We really do appreciate it. Jen and I both love spending time with you, even if it's virtually and we can't be together. It's going to make, I think, everyone appreciate when we can all get together. We need to do a Friday night barbecue party when everything's like cool and on the level, right? Where we have like all of our friends over. Pig's Eye Barbecue, bam, over. Scooter Trash, bam, over. We get, Noxious, bam, over. Get the whole crew. We'll have a real Friday night barbecue party. Wide angle lens. We'll cook up a bunch of awesomeness. Have some drinks. And celebrate. Barbecue in each other, in life. And that's what it's about. And we'll probably break the internet. One way or another. All right. These have got to be ready. These two do. Yep, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm going to use my excessively long tongs. Noxious says he'll bring the Takis. Here's my obnoxiously long tongs. Be jealous. These obnoxiously long tongs are obnoxiously a problem. So I'm going to use a hot glove and just pick them up. Bam! Let's flip this over here, see if we can get a better shot there. All right. I'll hold this up because you guys got to see this when I get done with it here. These are absolutely gorgeous. Let's do our sauce. Greek yogurt, blue cheese. And then we're going to take a little green onion. I'm going to show you, just bring it up here. Look at that color pop there. Absolutely gorgeous. A little bit of spinach here for extra texture. All right, babe, you want to take a bite out of this beautiful big sandwich? Say what? Oh, yeah, after I touted how awesome it was? Yes, we are. And then spoonful of the mango salsa. And that spinach is making me look a fool. There we go. Bam. Look at that bad boy. Tell me you don't want a bite of that. Inside shot of the chicken, I can do that for you. Thank you. I will cut this one open right here. But check that out as a sandwich. There is our Taki encrusted stuffed chicken sandwich that's stuffed with smoked Gouda and Munster cheese, spinach, pico de gallo, topped with blue cheese dressing. That's Greek yogurt based. Got to get that in there. Greek yogurt based. Spinach and mango salsa. Noxious wants an inside shot. We can do that. We'll take this one right here, right off the bun. Not a big deal. Because he wants to see that filling. He wants to see that filling. I appreciate that. I can't do this alone, people. I need your help. He's there to help me. It is very hot. There we go. You can see that. Oh, look at that. That beautiful steam coming off there. Cheese melted down. Spinach. Pico de gallo. Perfectly done. Make sure you cook to temperature. Jessica Trash, Scott Nardi's wife. She's like, I need that in my mouth. Look at that. And make sure you cook with a thermometer. Please don't cook. And I've done cooking classes and partnered up and done Thanks Grilling class. Pig's Eye was actually at that, and he'll back me up on this, I guarantee you. But the number one question we got asked on all of our recipes when I partnered with Doug from Traeger and we did the Thanks Grilling class was, what temperature for how long? It depends. It depends on the environment. It depends on your elevation. Get a good thermometer. I use the Thermo pen because it's super accurate and super quick. Not endorsed by them or anything. They just make that quality of a product. When I bought it, she's like, you're spending like $100 on a thermometer. And you're like, damn straight I am. Because it makes a difference. Get a good thermometer. Cook to the temperature. That's what you always want to do. I can give you a rough idea, right? And you can watch the stream and know, all right, it took about that long at that time or whatever. But, I mean, if it's raining and the barometric pressure changes, all that... He's right. Don't leave home without it. The MK4. It's awesome. But barometric pressure, snow, rain, sleet, whatever, super hot day and the sun's beating down on your grill outside. It changes everything. So make sure you have a thermometer. Check it. You know, that's what you know. When it's 165 for chicken, it's good to pull. You let it go beyond that. Guess what? It gets dried out. You saw it's juicy and moist. Exactly what you want chicken to be. We're going to have flavors. Come up here, babe, and have some sandwich. And I'm going to treat myself. Yeah, I can have a bite too. It's all good. It is huge. It's a big-ass sandwich for me and all my big-ass friends.
Yeah.
That's all David Letterman thing.
Looks great. You want me to take the first bite? Or you?
Go ahead. Noxious wants to know, what's it taste like? There you go. That's a good end for you.
Right.
Cheese is oozing out of that one. How does it taste, babe?
Perfect. Yum. Where's the camera?
Camera's right there. Yep. Here, I'll help you out. Here, I'll
Oh my
step
God,
over
it's
here.
So good.
Let's flip this over.
another bite.
Take another bite. Flip that over to the main cam. All right. Hold it right there.
This has got more heat.
That has more heat. Okay. So that was the question earlier. Bam. Look at her big mouth take care of that sandwich.
Oh, it is really good.
They can't hear you probably,
Okay.
but they can see you. There you are in your beautiful face. All right. So here's the deal, Noxious, right? She really likes it, really likes the flavor, but when we smoked it on the Traeger, it didn't lose the heat. It's got more heat. Let me take a bite here, babe. Man, that is fucking good.
I don't even like spicy, but that has tons of flavor.
There you go.
That's so,
Take your plate.
so good. Okay. Wow.
Get on that. Girl, you own that.
I need it.
I'll get you another napkin.
Very cheesy and yummy.
Very cheesy, very yummy. It does still have the kick too. It does still have the kick, which is awesome. I really enjoy that. Cool. All right. Well, let's review. You just saw our Taki chicken sandwich that's stuffed with smoked cheese, which we'll talk more about smoked cheese at another time. But smoked cheese, spinach, pico de gallo, covered with Takis, egg wash that's seasoned with Memphis on that one, topped with spinach, blue cheese Greek yogurt dressing. I might have to do that at a competition. Got to be careful with the spice. A lot of Midwest judges, a lot of judges are older. They don't like the spice. But that's fucking...
Like spice in this.
I know. I'm not supposed to like swear a lot on streams and it embarrasses my mother, but that's fucking good. That's what it is.
Way good.
Yeah, Jen says it's way good. And that's Jen's version of saying the same thing. So we top that with the blue cheese Greek yogurt dressing, spinach, and then a mango salsa, which we prepared earlier. It's just chopped mangoes and some peppers and shit like that. So nothing super complicated. On a toasted brioche bun. Buns matter, folks. If you don't have buns, you ain't got nuns. Thank you for the idea. I'm glad you gave it to us too. That was a really fun idea for an episode. Thank you for the challenge. Good luck to you recreating it. I can't wait to see it. And then, of course, we did our grilled mac and cheese balls, which got off to a rocky start because our oil was scorching hot, but we eventually pulled it together. They are super delicious. Not as hot with the Takis when you fry them. We smoked them. They retain the heat. You still get that spice on your tongue. When you fry them, they lose a little bit of that, but you still got the chili lime flavor. That's super easy. Refrigerate your mac and cheese. Roll it into a ball. Egg wash. Roll it in Takis. You want to be about 350 to 400 degrees tops. Otherwise, it's going to burn your shit out. Not cool. But if you're in that zone, it only takes a few minutes and you've got a really delicious, and we dipped it in avocado ranch. I'll do a picture. I'll make a sandwich here after we get off the air here in a second. And then just before we wrap up, of course, everyone below us here sponsors us. Thank you very much. We use all these products and we love them dearly. And they help make the world go round. Gunter Wilhelm Knives, Con Coolers, keeping everything cold, including our meats and our beverages. The Beard Struggle is why I'm gorgeous. Croy Valley Foods, I don't just work there, I also enjoy the products. Super great spices, pouring them myself today. And Double O Drum Co., who is our, there we go, main competitive smoker that we use when we are competing out on the trail, ran by vets out of Illinois. I just want to say thank you again for everyone that spent some of your Friday night with us. It's super fun to have you guys here at the barbecue party. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, hit that follow button if you're on Twitch. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. I just can't thank you enough. We appreciate you all. And hopefully we dropped a little flavor in your life. Thanks for joining us for the Taki Challenge. And remember, as always, for those about to cook, we salute you.